Hey everyone, it's me, Jen, Backcountry Stitcher, and thank you so much for being here with me. If you are new to this channel, thanks so much. I hope you enjoy what you see and decide to come back. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I really do enjoy doing these and talking with you guys through the comments and seeing you all, I guess, whenever I get to do these, which unfortunately has not been very routine lately. And again, if you've been watching this channel for any amount of time, you know that the last few months have been a bit insane for me. I have just been working a lot and traveling, and had two retreats I just went to. So I was at Stitch Shenanigans and Stitch North, which I did do recap videos for both of those. So if you're interested in that, you can go back and check those out. I'm not going to go into too much detail here, except for kind of what comes up organically. So yeah, it's been busy. It also was ski season, so was trying to get as much skiing as I could, but ski season is over and we have a little bit of a break before camping season starts, because we're kind of in that limbo stage right now where the weather is nice here in Salt Lake, but the mountains, there's still a ton of snow. We got a lot of snow this year, so not going to be able to really go backpacking anytime soon. Might go down south for a little bit, but I don't know. I'm just running out of minutes in the day, right? So yeah, so hopefully I'll get to film more of these coming up, but it's just, I try to do these when I can. So I have several things to show today, and I do have one finish, and I have 5 whips, and then I have a little bit, I say a little bit, I have a bunch of fabric that I bought, which if you are interested in my haul from Stitch Shenanigans and Stitch North, again, it's in those other videos. There's just too much to put in a regular video. So anyway, so let's jump right in. So the first one is my finish, and this is a project I was doing with the ladies from Table 10, and this is, let me rephrase this. This is a finish for now. I think I'm going to add something to it, but I need to make sure I have room for it. But this is Under the Sea, and it's a Teresa Kogut piece, and this was a Stitch West exclusive. So I don't know when it's going to be released to the public, but I think it will be. The reason that this is special is because we all decided to stitch motifs on each other's patterns. Everyone, not everyone, unfortunately, but most of us from Table 10 decided to stitch on everybody's patterns, and finally able to finish it at Stitch Nanigans when a bunch of us got together. So there is, and I didn't iron it because, yeah, time. So there is Under the Sea. And that whale was just a nightmare to stitch. There was so much. I think it was 926 is what it was. It was a lot. And there's a lot of 926 in the tail. There's also like a pattern in her tail, but the colors don't really show up. So some people did it differently with different colors, and that would have been smart. But I had everyone put their little initials next to where they stitched. Now, the reason I say finish for now is because Christina, who you can follow on Instagram at Stitching Symphony, she put Stitch West under here with a little anchor. She did it in like sparkly floss, and I really like that. So I think I may do that. She did give me the pattern of what she charted, so maybe this isn't truly a finish, but we'll see. So that was Under the Sea. I'm not sure. I think I'm gonna frame this to fully finish it is what I'm gonna do. So, but that came out really cute. It definitely was, really, it was the whale. It was the whale. So the next one I have, fan favorite, is Drake Warrior Kitty. It's a snippet. And I don't know who this is one of my full coverages. I don't know who the artist is, unfortunately. I need to try and figure that out. But it was charted by the Cross Stitch Studio, and this is him. And so I'll be honest with you, the last time I filmed a regular Flosstube was a decent while ago, and so I don't know exactly where I was with a lot of these patterns. My needle minders are all trying to stick together. Okay, hang on one second. I'm trying to get this apart. There we go. Okay. So I'll pop in a picture of where he was before, but here we are now. So sorry, I didn't unscroll him because it's a lot to, I mean, not a lot, but I don't want to unclip him and all of the shenanigans. So I was previously doing like a diagonal parking method where I would just stitch on a diagonal and then park the thread like in the next diagonal. I decided to not do that anymore, obviously. So I worked in all of my parked threads, and what I'm doing is a diagonal cross country style. So it's the way I do it is a little hard to explain, but basically the next color I pick is in the diagonal. So I'm trying to like fill in a diagonal, but if it continues into the next diagonal, so I'll go down and like finish it, to wherever it goes in that diagonal, and then I'll cross over and finish it up in the next one, and if I have more room I'll come in the next one. So I'm trying to kind of so I learned this from Vani, who is, oh goodness, I'm gonna have to put in her channel name under here. I feel really bad. I should remember her channel name, but I'm gonna put in her channel name here. I actually got to meet her at Stitch North. She was really nice, and as she said, it brings a little bit of order to the chaos, which I thought was a really great way of putting it. So yeah, so that's Drake, Warrior Kitty. I'm like 82%, I think, on this one. So really coming along. And actually, oh, I forgot. I reached 0 on 2 colors. So yeah, I think there's 72 colors in this pattern, and now I'm down to just having 70. And actually some of the colors I have left only have like 2 or 4 stitches of them. So there is a light. I am hoping to have this done by the end of the year. I don't know. That's my hope. Yeah. So he's coming out really nice. And I just love looking at him from far away because he, like up close, it just looks like kind of a hot mess up close. Like, but then you pull him back and it just looks like a painting. It's really nice. But somebody, I've heard people say that cross stitch is like paint by numbers, but with thread. So it takes a lot longer. So that's Warrior Kitty. The next piece I have is my travel piece, in the sense that this is what I work on in the airport and the plane. So yeah, so this is the reindeer. This is Cottage Garden Samplings, Year in the Woods. This is number 12. And I have made, I think, a pretty decent amount of progress on him. And there's actually, I have a hanging thread. I must have gotten interrupted, or the plane was landing or something. I don't know. But here's the reindeer. So I think there was a decent amount of progress that I made on this since the last time you guys saw it. Again, I don't remember, so I'll have to put in a picture of where I was. So yeah, his body is coming along nicely there. Yeah, so he's great. Like I said, I stitch on him mostly when I'm in the airport or on the plane. But I will stitch on him in the hotel room too. Or like I stitch on him the night, like in the lobby. Did I stitch on him? Yeah, in the lobby at Stitch North. So he gets a decent amount of time. don't know if you guys could just hear that. That was my cat. He is very upset because he's not getting attention right now. But he probably won't come over to say hi. He's not super social like that. All right, and I just realized I'm gonna pause this for a second because I realized there's actually another whip and I wanna go get it before I forget. So hang on one moment, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. So this is actually another one of my travel pieces. I really only stitch on this in the hotel rooms. Oh, I have another hanging thread, so that's cool. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. So this is my dimensions kit. This is Scenic Farm. And this is the one I got because it reminds me of home, or home, I guess, where I grew up in Connecticut. There's my cat again. He's very chatty cat. So I'll be honest with you, I don't know the last time I showed this to you guys because I think I even forgot it in my whip parade because this lives in my suitcase. I have a carry-on suitcase that it's kind of like a go bag because I travel so much. So this kind of lives in my suitcase. So I don't know when I last showed this to you guys. I don't know if I'll be able to find the picture. And there's my dog. Hi. Okay, you can go under here. Lay down. Okay, none of my animals are leaving me alone today because my husband is out of town, so they only have me to annoy. So here I'm at with Scenic Farm. So, okay, so here is the middle, right here, and then I'm moving my way over. So I'm working on just like one side, one half of it. So I'm moving my way over. I don't know how much further I have to go, but it's a regular dimensions kit, like meaning that it's not a gold kit, but it is almost full coverage, honestly. Like it's not true full coverage, but like the entire sky is stitched up. So this is a lot bigger of a project than it seems. But yeah, that house is a bear. I think I don't know. I'm gonna have to see if I can find the picture of the last time I showed it to you. But I am enjoying it. It is a little difficult with dimensions kits because they use quite a few blends and, you know, a lot of different numbers of threads. So like it's hard to see here, but like all of this here, not all of it, but most of it is like blend, like 2 threads, 4 threads, two different colors in here. And so I have to use a bigger needle for it. And it can be, and working with dimensions, Ada is, the kit Ada, I don't know how much longer, like I think I may start like trying to find like different Ada when I do these dimensions kits because it's so stiff. This one's starting to soften up a bit, but it's still pretty stiff. So yeah, so that was my Scenic Farm. This next one is Spring, and this is the Cricket collection from the Cross-Eyed Cricket, designed by Vicki Hastings. And this is Spring. So this is one of the ones I've been working on during the season. So it is still technically spring. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I really did not like the fabric they picked for this model stitch. I don't think the letters show up on it at all, especially that P and that G. It just doesn't look great to me. So I went with a different fabric. This is, I went with it's from Under the Sea. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys what I stitched stuff on. Okay, well, the only one that actually matters is the reindeer, which is stitched on 32 count linen in the color Storm by Picture This Plus. Everything else was either the Warrior Kitty and Scenic Farm were Ada, and then Under the Sea was just the fabric that they gave us at Stitch, so it's mystery linen. So this is spring, and this is on, I think, like I said, 32 count Lugana in the color Looking Glass by Under the Sea Fabrics. And there we are. So I think it's the lighting, but that G does show up much better in person than it is on camera. So you can see it better there. So I think it's the lighting. But I think the last time I showed this to you guys, I had the eye and part of the end done. So I worked on this a lot at the retreats that I went to. It's just a really easy stitch. And then I worked on it a little bit today at one of my stitching meetups. I worked on that R. And I am back stitching as I go. I'm missing a couple little birds over here because I couldn't find, still can't find it. There was like one color that, I mean, I had it with this pattern because I stitched that little bird at some point, but I don't know what happened to one of the colors. I don't know. I'll find it, or I'll buy another skein of it. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with my life these days, you guys. All right, so the last two are my Mirabilias, and I worked on both of these at the retreats as well. The first one I'll show you is Lilith. This is Lilith of Labrador. MD 167 is what it looks like. And I am stitching her on 32 count Lugana in the color Tsunami from Bestitch Me. Yeah. And here she is. So like I said, I worked on her at the retreat, so I got quite a bit of stitching done on her. I'm really getting into the heavy stitching part of her tail. And it's finally starting to like look like a tail, so I think it looks pretty cool. And there's gonna be beads all in here and all in her body. It's gonna be so pretty, so sparkly. Yeah. So I worked on her tail pretty much. Just a lot of her tail. I worked on her for, I think it was like the afternoon on Saturday and like the morning of Sunday at Stitch North. I worked on her at Stitch Nanigans a little bit too. It's just, she's just so like the bottom parts of Mirabilias are really stitch heavy. You know, you can tell like her top part really went pretty quickly, but see where that tail is. It's just a lot of stitching. God, these pictures really don't do them justice. So that is Lilith. And then the last one I have to show you is Cathedral Woods Goddess. And this one is actually out of the Q-snap because I took her out for, oops, let me put that there for a minute. I took her out to show people when I was at Stitch North. So I was like, oh, I'll just leave her out of the Q-snap until I do my Flosstube. So this is what she will look like, and that is an absolutely horrible picture. She is a lot more sparkly in real life, as you will see. And here she is. Oh. And that is all Krennic there. And there she is. So I'm really getting close to the bottom on this quarter because I quarter my Mirabilia patterns. I can't, doing them in halves is just too much for my brain. So I quarter them. And so I'm getting almost done with this quarter. But look at all of that Krennic and that Karen, all that purpley gray is Karen water lilies, and there's also a bunch of in the brown, but I really like, it's called, this is gonna bother me. I can't remember which one it's called. But it's really pretty. I think it's, oh, slate. That's what it is. It's the color slate, but it's like this purpley gray, and it's highly variegated. So I think she's coming out great. I'm really hoping to have her, if I could have her finished by the Queen City Stitch Retreat at the beginning of October, to bring her there, that would be amazing. She wouldn't be fully finished, that's for sure. But, oh, life goals. That would be pretty cool if I could have her finished by then. We shall see. The Krennic definitely slows me down. There she is. So that is what I have in the way of stitching. Pretty sure I need to get some new starts going. I haven't had a new start in a while. And okay, my dog is grooming my cat now. And if I could show you, I would. Hang on one second. Okay, so I could not get them, of course, as soon as I take my phone to go take a video of them being cute, they like stop it. But I mean, they still were kind of cute just laying together. My cat and my dog are best friends. So they snuggle together, they play together. It's disgustingly cute, honestly. So, okay, anyway. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. So I just have a little bit as far, I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fabrics, and hopefully they'll show up with the lighting, but I got a few. So this is, Picture This Plus, it's 28 count, Lugana. I'm not sure how I feel about it just yet. Oh, sorry, 28 count, the color Huntress. So it's this really deep purple, and that's pretty true to color, depending on how the light's hitting it. So it's a really deep purple. I don't stitch 28 count that frequently these days, so but I know a lot of people stitch mirrors on 28 count because there's concern about like the beads fitting, but I don't know. The other one, I was kind of disappointed in this one because it didn't really look at all like the picture, but it's still a really nice kind of cool color, like cool blue-ish. This is, again, 28 count Lugana, called Haunted by Picture This Plus. And it's a little bit darker in person than it is on camera. And it actually, the modeling is more subtle in person than it is with this light. So I got that. And then this is, guys, I don't remember ordering some of these things, but probably because they're hand dyed, so it takes a little while for them to come in. So then by the time they come in, I'm like, oh, I guess I ordered that. So this is from Under the Sea Fabrics, and this is the color Midsummer Night. So let's see how this looks. Yeah, it's definitely darker in person. And the modeling's more subtle. I wonder if, no, it's not gonna, that's out of my way. But I got that. It's very pretty. This one is called Tarnished Silver. This is also from Under the Sea Fabrics. And this is kind of a cool, like a neutral, but like a cool neutral. The modeling's more subtle in person. But it does kind of have like this grayish, like gray brownish color. And I think I have an idea for this one, but I'm not sure just yet. So stay tuned. And then the last one I got is also from Under the Sea, 32 count Lugana, and this is called Ice Princess. And this is like a blue and white model. That's much more true to color at this angle. I have a thing for blues and purples, apparently. Caitlyn, come here. Caitlyn declines. Oh, sorry. My big dog just came. Oh, here he is. This is Caitlyn. And Caitlyn is our rescue kitty. He came from my hospital and he's displeased that I'm holding him right now. And yes, Caitlyn is a boy. This is what happens when you let your husband name cats. So yeah, so that's Caitlyn. And he is very, very talkative. All right, so anyway, that is what I have for today. I'm hoping to be back in a few weeks. I know in 2 weeks I'm going to be traveling, so maybe in 3 weeks, we'll see. But thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it, especially if you made it this far. Hopefully seeing my cat made it worth it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a few weeks. You take care. Bye.